Is it working? I think it is. So check this out. My theory about the doctor thing with her being in the hospital might not be too far off, bro. But I was pissed. As soon as I hung this up, what happened? One of the black dudes gets whacked. One of the first guys out of the group killed. And then, of course, the trip and the fall in the fucking woods happens when she's running away from the monsters, bro. Come on, dude. I called that shit before I even seen it. It's crazy. But I literally just got done with it. So, thinking about it, the whole thing, it would kind of make sense if she really was bananas, dude, and she thought that this shit was actually happening when it wasn't. Although I don't know where the kids would come from. Although you could probably, because look, at the end, she gets to spoiler alert, I guess, right? Well, not, it definitely is. Either way, she gets to the end, she goes to the sanctuary deal, and it turns out that it's a school for the blind. That's what it is. So right away, I don't know why I did this the most simple thing in the world. I did not even think of considering that would be part of the deal. Of course, people that are fucking blind would be able to walk around and not have to worry about it because they can't see shit other than shadows and stuff like that, from what I understand. But she goes into this place, right? They're looking around. It even looks like it looks like it could resemble a hospital. And when she's pounding on the door asking them to let her in, they're like, "Oh, let's look at your eyes. They're shining light in her eyes like they're doctors." Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I like this theory. I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it. You don't have to agree with me. This is just what I think. So then, of course, she goes out in the back and they see all the birds flying around and shit. And who happens to walk over but the fucking doctor from the hospital when she was pregnant, dude? Of all the people in the entire movie, the doctor happens to make it. I don't know, man. It's a little shady. I did write this down. I could have wrote it 2 seconds ago, so it's not like it matters. But for a minute, I thought that the kids would not need blindfolds for some reason because that wacko was looking over at them. And I thought maybe they gained some kind of special powers or something from this fucking nut job looking at them when they were infants, but that wasn't the case at all. But I mean, dude, okay, so blind people make it, right? And this is all a game of psychological warfare to get you to have to look at whatever it is. What is it that they're looking at? I need to know, like, why does it make them go crazy? That's what I don't. You couldn't throw in some kind of special effects in that? Is something, anything. Just give me a fucking hint. Yeah. Oh my god. That movie drove me crazy, dude. It drove me fucking crazy. Just because there's no resolution to it at all whatsoever. There's nothing. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. There's no wrap up to it at all. You go to a fucking sanctuary and that's the end of the fucking movie? No, you don't see the creatures at all, dude. Not at all. They don't show a damn thing. Dude, I mean, I was already an hour in, so I had to just go through the rest of it just in case it happened to be that they were going to show it. Not one time. They gave you a small glimpse of what the Predator looked like when he would go invincible, where you would see that little bit of Hollow Man, shadowy kind of a deal. But that's it. Every time one of the monsters would show up, it would just be a gust of wind with leaves flying all over the place, just so we know that the monster was there. I knew something was wrong from what I was hearing. Now I know. Yeah, dude. Serious, and it's got all the horror movie cliches that you would think of. Black dude gets whacked first. She trips and falls in the woods when she's running away from the killers or the monster in this case. And then I guess the new hacky thing to do is let's not show the monsters. That's the new thing. Like, what could they possibly have spent the budget on? That's what I really want to know at this point. I mean, I know that there was that one guy that was in a few movies, Eat Gilbert Grape or whatever the hell it was called. That dude was in it. I don't know his name. I don't even know that movie, but I've heard so many people talk about it. I'm pretty sure he was in there. That bald white guy. Literally could be anybody I just described, but and him in there, Sandra Bullock was in it, and those are the only two people I know. Unless the writers and the directors spent all their money getting those two people in the movie. I don't understand why you couldn't spend a little bit of money on special effects. Give me something, man. I mean, the contacts couldn't cost that much. Whenever somebody, this is the other thing too. There's two groups of people that are in this movie. It's not. That's not a bad move because it's literally a movie you can kind of go in and out of a little bit. There's two groups of people in this movie, dude. There's people that see that all of a sudden they're like they're foot soldiers for the monsters for some reason. And then there's people that have to walk around with blindfolds on. What? I don't know. They never even tell you what chooses. Does the monster choose who gets to go around and recruit other people? Or is it something with the brain chemistry? I don't know. I mean, did they make it like this so that I would sit here right now and do exactly what I'm doing to build hype around the movie? It's very possible that could be exactly the reason why they did it. If that was the case, then good job for them, dude. They did exactly what they were setting out to do. I should actually, let's see if I can find out. Not reviews. We want. Okay, here we go. This is the plot of the movie. Film synopsis. When a mysterious force decimates the population, only one thing is certain: if you see it, you die. Survivors must avoid coming face to face with an entity that takes the form of their worst fears. Searching for hope and new beginnings, a woman and her children embark on a dangerous journey through the woods down the river to find the place that may offer sanctuary. To make it, they'll have to cover their eyes as evil chases them and complete their trip blindfolded. Now, to be fair to this movie, I watched no trailer. I read not a damn thing. I saw a couple people were talking about it, and I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be this is going to be actually a half decent movie. Let me just watch it, because for those of you that don't know, that's how I do things. I don't even bother with trailers half of the time, because most of the time it doesn't even look good. So I just went with it and I just watched it. But if I would have read that, or probably if I would have watched the trailer to the movie, I would not have wasted my time. Either way, dude, I mean, come on, bro. I mean, Netflix, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing, bro? I want to know. I really should look up who is behind this. That's what I should do. Yeah, there we go. Who wrote it? Let me see if I can screen share with you. If I can remember how to do it. Yes. Hide. This guy. He wrote the screenplay, apparently. Forbes is writing shit about this movie. Netflix Bird Box. Let's say who is in it? Who is in it? Because I mean, look, you see this and you're like, oh shit, that looks pretty cool. Maybe. Man, that looks like Jurassic Park a little bit, man. Now I really think about it. Oh, fuck off, Gravity. I didn't watch that garbage. Look, do you guys want to watch the trailer? Let's do that.
Come on, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Hold on. Is it working? Oh, let's get that out of the way.
You know, when I was young, we had a boat. And every single summer we'd take it to the lake. And there was love. And there was family. It was a wonderful time.
We were just driving. Oh my God. And then she saw something. What's wrong with you? Please stop it, stop it!
This ain't no virus or a chemical attack. It is real evil. If you see it, it takes on the form of your worst fears.
That guy.
Every contact we have had with the outside has brought us death.
No one's coming for us.
Is anyone there? We have a place. It's safe here. The fastest way to get here is by the river. The birds will warn you whenever those things are around.
You're going on the trip. Never take off your blindfold. We will make it.
You take this and you go.
I'm leaving you. Please don't take my children. Open your eyes. No. Please don't take my children!
There she was out. Creatures.
Boo. Fucking blah. Netflix doing everything. 40 million people. Jesus. All my trailer reviews got popped. I gave up. John Malkovich. Yeah, that's who it was. Mine probably will too, dude. Doing reaction videos and shit starting to get annoying in the sense that, everything is a fucking copyright issue. All of it. Nothing you do works at all whatsoever. But dude, I mean, the one part of this movie that actually pulled my heartstrings a little bit, bro, which now I already oh, that's what it was. She's going out and looking for her supplies, right? And she's got the little boy and the little girl hanging out in the boat, and she's over in some house. There is no fair use. No, not at all. Not at all, dude. I should show you the list of the YouTube videos I've done. Every single one of them has a copyright on them. Every single one of them. So if I was looking to make money off of YouTube videos, I'd be fucked. There's just no way to do it outside of doing this. And even with this, you can only talk so much before you have to use something as a reference point to get a conversation started, and then you get blasted for that. It's fucking ridiculous. You would think, by my logic, at least when I was younger, dude, somebody would come to you and be like, hey man, I have this band or this artist, whatever. You really need to check these guys out. I think you will dig them. And you discover music through other people showing you music. That was the way that it used to be done. Now it's almost like you get penalized for it. It's fucking ridiculous. Hey, what's up, dude? What are you doing? Yeah, they could look at that's pretty much what it is, free advertisement. Bro, I just got done watching Bird Box, so that's what this was originally about. And we just got into YouTube copyright shit because I played a little bit of the trailer. This will probably get yanked down, which it's disgusting, man. The shit that businesses do now. Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it. Oh, shit. Hold on. There you go, dude. Hopefully that'll do it. Just let me know when you have it. Sucks. I should have pulled my soundboard up right away so I can hit the fucking fail button on this movie, bro. I mean, but when she goes into a house, uses a fishing line to, I guess, keep track of where the boat is and where she's going. And one of the creatures, I guess.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
Shouldn't you be asleep? I'm joking. I'm just fucking around.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're probably right. I should be. I am pretty tired, but I saw this movie, dude, and I was like, bro, this shit is everywhere. So, I might as well throw my 2 cents in. And
what the fuck is Bird Box?
It's a movie that okay, so here's the deal. It's like Predator, but way less cool. And not
So
anywhere
why did
near
you
as much
watch it?
happens.
So why did you watch it? It's just like a waste of time.
Well, because, dude, the way that I do things now is I don't watch trailers. I don't do any of that stuff. I see a movie and I just click on it. That's the end of it. I don't bother to, dude, if I would have watched the trailer to this movie first, I would have never watched it. So in a way, I'm kind of happy that I didn't. But here's the premise of the movie. There are monsters running around out of nowhere, by the way. They don't tell you where they come from. Predator, but that's cool. They don't tell you where the monsters come from. All they tell you is that it starts out in Russia and some other place nobody cares about. And people are going crazy. Did you see The Cell? Or have you read The Cell by Stephen King?
No and no.
Okay, well, this movie is a lot like that. The only difference between the two is in The Cell, they did a movie with Samuel L. Jackson and John Cusack, which on paper,
Oh, Bird Box is on Netflix. Interesting.
yeah, that's why I watched it. I'm not going to the movie theater anymore, dude. $9, $10 a ticket or whatever it costs now.
Yeah,
Fuck
they're losing
you.
money. By the way, Apparently Disney is hosting their own streaming platform soon. So
Good luck with that, dude. Netflix, they don't stand a chance against Netflix, bro. No
yeah,
way.
tell that to Hulu.
Yeah, but Hulu and Netflix, that's it. Just like there's Twitter and Facebook. There's usually only two, and that's the end of it.
No, there's Tumblr. There are other alternatives but they're not really that popular. But there are other alternatives.
That's true. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not buying into Disney Network stuff. Yeah, me neither, bro. Out of principle, I'm not giving them my money. It's bad enough you want to give me a wristband to get into your park that you're going to monitor every fucking thing that I do. Netflix and Amazon Prime. Even Amazon, bro, they're getting a little creepy for me. Kind of overreaching a little bit. Like, dude, you know what's really fucked up is even YouTube is starting to do this to me now. I watched a video yesterday that's gonna come out in a couple of days about this dude that Mark something. Hold on, I got his name.
Mark Zuckerberg?
No, I know who that is. That's the Facebook guy. This is a different dude. If I can find him. Mark something. He sounds like Freddie Mercury from Queen. But I watched his video because I was blown away.
The quality of your camera is so much better. Like you actually have Wi-Fi, which is fucking awesome.
Oh, I know, dude. It's fucking amazing.
By the way, I see a book behind you. Or is that something else?
That might be a box.
The other way.
Over here?
Yeah, like.
That's Jen's table.
Oh. Where is Jen anyway?
She's in the living room watching something.
Oh, dude, you know what? I have to come over one of these days.
Yeah, it's a nice place, dude. I know I had this asshole's name written down somewhere. Well, let me go in I can go in my files and find it because it's gonna kill me if I don't figure this out.
Yeah. You're so in your face at the camera. It's a little creepy.
No, yeah, I know. Well, that's because usually I sit back here, but when I get into talking about some shit, I get up real close.
Like, goddamn, dude.
Mark Mattel, that's who it was.
Ah, nice.
He sounds like Freddie Mercury, bro. It's pretty wild. That I would recommend that video. I know I'm plugging myself here, but just that guy legitimately surprised me. I didn't think that it was gonna sound anything close to what it sounded like. I don't remember how I got on this topic. Oh yeah, that's right. YouTube was like I watched that video, dude, and now Queen is everywhere. In my search engine, I'm getting commercials for this.
Yeah, you want to hear something funny and kind of weird at the same time, right? Okay, so I was walking home from the library today, right? And I was thinking about a certain experiment, like the mouse utopia experiment, and lo and behold, I opened Google. It's one of the recommendations. I was like, nigga, you're reading my mind.
Oh my god, that's creepy, dude. That's creepy, dude. Yeah, I don't like that stuff at all.
I mean, to be fair, it could have been coincidence, but I was like,
I don't know,
okay.
bro. I'm starting to worry a little bit. Like they know I have a song stuck in my head, and I'll turn Pandora on, and all of a sudden it's coming out of my phone. I'm like, oh, do they know what's going on here?
Dude, yeah, it's weird, but you can't really go down this rabbit hole. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. Well, we'll switch it back up real quick. The movie premise is basically there's monsters, right? And you can't look at them. If you look at them, they make you go crazy. The Matrix is glitching. Yeah, dude. No shit. Take the blue pill. Or I don't remember which is the good one,
No,
the red
no,
one or
the
the
red
blue
pill.
one.
The red pill is a good one.
Yeah, take the red one. We're using too much processing power.
I mean, I mean, you're not wrong. If if the Matrix exists, I'm wondering how the fuck they managed to keep the simulation running without using too much power.
Man, if we're in a simulation, I'm pretty pissed off. I got a raw deal.
Oh, dude, so did I.
But dude, you can't look at these things, bro. If you look at them, they make you go crazy.
It kind of reminds me of excuse me, of these villains from Doctor Who. What were they called?
The
God damn
robot
it.
things.
No. Those are the Cybermen. But these are like no Weeping Angels. There you go. Weeping Angels. Where what was it? Where where you have to. Here's the thing. It's the reverse of what you said because you have to keep on looking at them because because if you stop looking at them, you know what I mean. They move. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean. So you have to keep staring at these goddamn statues. Otherwise, if you turn away, it's gonna move. And you know what I mean? And it'll
Yeah,
get you.
we
You know,
obviously need to learn the cheat code. Somebody obviously knows them.
just use the Konami code, okay? Use the Konami code. That seems to be a code. What kind of face are you making? I wish. What the?
Dude, but it is similar to that. The only difference is, at least with Doctor Who, you get the payoff of seeing what the monster looks like.
Oh what? Oh what? You don't in this? They never show you what the monster looks like.
No, they don't
Okay,
even
that's
give
retarded.
you. They don't even give you a. You know what the big scary thing is, because you can't look outside, or they'll see that you're looking and they'll come and get you. So the big scary thing in this movie is people running to the windows and pulling down the blinds or the newspapers. Like,
Well, I
oh
mean,
shit.
okay. Look. People fear the unknown. Okay, so if you don't see what's getting you, that adds more fear to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
but no. That's literally it. 'Cause for example, in regards to the movie It, you've seen the movie It, right? Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking clown was scarier than what we got at the end. Okay.
That's true. I mean, this in particular, though, like if you're a character in the movie, I can see how not seeing what's coming after you could be scary. But as a spectator at home, I'm looking at this like you're really not going to give me the monster.
Well, look, I wish there was someone else that could explain it better, but
Is
fear.
I get exactly what you're saying. I just don't buy into it. I think it's complete trash. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm walking down the street, dude, and I'm all by myself, and then I hear a noise behind me, and I look behind me, and there's nobody there, that's gonna fuck me up
But
for
see,
sure.
that's what I'm saying. Just because they did it horribly in this movie, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that people, that people aren't scared. Obviously,
Yeah,
like just that we're naturally afraid of the unknown. Except some people were afraid, but they decided to go into it and find out what the fuck it was.
well, you're gonna really enjoy this because spoiler alert again for everybody that doesn't know. Okay, so like
Okay.
there,
Hold on, you froze. You like literally froze for a second.
that's gonna happen occasionally.
Yeah. So what were you saying?
I said, nobody can see them. Wait, hold on. They do it to build suspense, but many times they take it too far with no payoff. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
that's exactly how I feel right now. Because if they would have built up half of the movie and not shown me the monster, I could be like, okay. And then once the payoff is there, all right, then I get it. But at the same time, maybe they were kind of afraid, like, all right, we went this far without the monster. Can't we just push the rest of it without one? But still, so either way, anybody that looks at it is going to go crazy. They either see it as something that they greatly fear or a great loss that they suffered. Like if somebody that they were very close to died, I guess they see that person.
So
Whatever.
kind of reminds me of Pennywise then, because Pennywise would feed on your fears. You know what I mean? It would appear as one of your loved ones. You know what I mean? Like in the movie and in the book, he appears to what the hell was his name? It was Ben something. He was he was fat when he was younger, and he came across Pennywise disguised as his father,
Oh
holding a
shit.
balloon. Yeah, like dude, the movie does not do the book justice. Obviously,
Yeah, well, I've heard that
the original movie, not I didn't see the new one yet.
oh please. It sucks. Although I've had people make arguments to me that the new one is better than the old one because at least with the new one it's more scary. I personally thought it was a heap of garbage, but that's
Dude, the old one is scarier than. Okay, for me, I didn't watch the new one yet, so I guess I can't really make this argument, well or whatever, valid. But I don't know. I was pretty scared during the original one. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Now,
it fucks you up, man.
yeah, like, dude, no joke. Okay, one time, I was in a Discord call, right, and all the fucking sudden, out of nowhere, a fucking balloon, hold on. A fucking balloon is on the seems to be moving across the ground.
We all float down here.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
whatever it is that he says.
no, yeah, they float. They float down here, and you will too. But no, getting back to the story, like it was fucking freaky. This balloon seemed to be dragged across the ground by either the wind or sun. I don't know what the fuck it was, but I was like, dude, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
They're trying to creep you out, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's so weird.
But dude, so people are dying throughout the whole movie. Now there was a part like I can watch this movie as much as it doesn't bother me, and I can see where it would totally fuck somebody's day up. There's one part of the movie where when everything starts happening in the beginning, she's running around and looking for shelter, and some lady comes running out of her house and she's like, oh, come over here, you can come into my house. And I guess she just happens to look in the wrong direction and looks at one of the monsters. There's a burning car sitting outside. She looks at the burning car and she just goes, Mom, where are you going? No, don't leave. And proceeds to walk over to the burning car, get into it, close the fucking door, and just sit in the car, burn alive, and then the car explodes. Like we needed that for added effect. The lady just got into a car that was on fire and burned alive and didn't make a noise. While that doesn't bother me, I can see how that could really.
Well, hold on. hold on. Like from what you described, that does sound freaky. Like, okay, like think about it. Like, okay, yeah, so, one of the characters was she's trying to find a place, then she's like, "Oh, come in, come in, I'm in here," but she accidentally happens to look, and all of a sudden there's a flaming car, and she's saying, "Mom, don't go." I don't know. To me, what you sound does sound a little disturbing, a little unsettling,
But
but
there's a lot of that. It just wasn't, and like, but then again, I mean, I gotta go all the way to the other side. Like, it has to really fucking freak me out. Although there was a couple of parts that really got me. One thing that pulled me out of the movie was obviously the main character. One of them was pregnant in the beginning of the movie, right? When she was running away in one of the first scenes of the movie, she fell on her stomach at least 3 times, flat on her fucking stomach, dude. I don't think that I've never been pregnant, but I would imagine I don't think that would go over very well with the pregnancy,
well,
especially since she was probably like 8 months at the time. But she just falls flat on her stomach, and nobody even addresses the fact that a fucking 8 month old eight. Jesus, I can't talk. And a lady pregnant for 8 months just fell on her stomach 3 times, and everybody just goes, "Oh, you're okay. Get up." No other addressing it at all whatsoever.
I,
Now, if I can give the movie credit for one thing, it's that this lady is in a boat with the 2 kids, and they're trying to make it over to the sanctuary, but they stop and get supplies and shit on the way. She takes a fishing reel and she connects it to her belt and has it connected to the boat so she knows exactly how far away she is, and she can use the string to trace herself back to the boat since she can't see where she's walking to.
yeah.
Makes sense. So she ties it off, goes into the building. One of the monsters gets in there with her and fucks up her system. So there's a little girl and a little boy. The little girl is sitting in the boat and hears a couple of gunshots go off because the lady has a gun. And she's like, "Oh no, she needs help. We better go help her." The little girl gets out of the boat and goes to start to walk towards where she's hearing the noise from while she's fucking blindfolded. Idiot kid. But as a child, what are you gonna
Wait,
do,
why
right?
the fuck is she blindfolded?
Because nobody can look, remember? They
All
all
right.
have to wear blindfolds. See, it's so easy to forget. But, the kid starts walking towards the noise, movie magic, cut a couple scenes here and there. The lady comes running back out and sees that the kid is walking towards the danger like the dopey white person that she is. So the
Hey,
lady,
that's racist.
yeah, I guess a horrible racist person.
Well, I
Um,
never said you're horrible. I just said that's racist.
I have 2 dumb kids doing dumb shit trope in movies. That shit is so frustrating. Yeah, or hate. Yeah, definitely. It totally is. But the part that killed me, bro, is the main character picks up the little girl, brings her back into the boat. She sits her down and she's like, "What did I tell you? I told you no matter what happens to me, you stay in the fucking boat. You understand me? No matter what you hear, no matter what happens to me, you save yourself." And she's screaming it at her. "Save yourself." But she's like, "Now say it back to me. What are you supposed to do?" And the little girl's all hyperventilating and she's like, "Save myself." We're like, "Fuck, dude, they got me. They got me." Just that one split second of being a fucking putting myself in the shoes of that child for a moment, getting screamed at in a situation like that, dude, made me like, "Oh fuck, man." I started tearing up a little bit.
Well, I mean, she's not wrong. Like,
No,
dude,
but that's the thing though. Her character borders right on the line of Why the fuck would you talk to a child like that? But also, rather, this is the way that you need to speak to a child if you want them to understand that you're serious. There's a fucking cobra behind you, don't move voice. That's what this is. Like, nothing about what I'm saying right now is playtime. So you have to take what I'm saying very, very seriously because all of our lives depend on it.
Yep. Yep.
That-
Yep. Yep.
That I have a theory already for this movie, and I don't know if this is a popular one, if people are already talking about this. I believe the stereotypical thing, this never happened. This lady is probably really in a mental institution of some type, completely off of her rocker, and she's
Yeah.
imagining all this in her head.
Yeah, but see, Kev, the problem with that, with those theory or hypothesis or whatever the fuck you want to call them, is that one, unless the story specifies itself that that's the case, and two, that's kind of, I'm not saying, hold on, how do I put this?
Cliche.
Cliche. Some would say stupid. Some would say I don't know, but they're very, they've done this type of theory for every show out there. I mean, hell, even Angelica from the Rugrats is apparently in a mental hospital.
Here's the reason why I say that, dude, is because I originally thought that only because the kids don't have names. The kids' names are boy and girl. That's not an exaggeration. It's actually what she calls them. That's the first thing. The second thing is that she doesn't know any of these people. She's hanging out with her sister. She's pregnant. There's already established in the beginning of the story that she came from a split up and abusive family. The father was apparently not a great dude.
Okay, but here's my question: if it was all in her head, why wouldn't she just make up names for the two kids? Why call
Because
them boy?
she didn't want to get attached. But I'll get to that part. Now, fast forward throughout the entire movie, you can make an argument that the monsters are actually her inner demons, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. Skip to the end. She gets to the sanctuary. Where is the sanctuary and what is it? The sanctuary is actually a home for blind people. As simple as that detail is, I honestly would not have thought to throw that into the story, but maybe that's why I don't write movies. So it's a home for blind people who can obviously walk around without fear because they can't really see much of what all is happening. Except the way that it's laid out, when she's banging on the door asking them to let her in, they're shining lights in her eyes saying that they need to look at her to make sure she's not infected. That was the first thing, which, I mean, I guess you could argue that that's the only way for them to tell is how your eyes look.
Wait, what? Where the hell? What is this? Walking Dead? Is it an infection now?
That's what I know. That's what they called it. The infection, the disease, the epidemic, whatever you want to call it. They did all that standard shit. But that, and then the whole building is laid out like a hospital or a facility. And when she gets into the sanctuary, the first person that she comes across, besides the guy that runs the fucking sanctuary, is the same medical doctor that was taking care of her in the beginning of the movie, giving her an ultrasound when she was pregnant. Now, I don't know about you, but that throws up red flags in my brain. Of all the people in all the world, your doctor would just happen to be the same lady that just is managed to go through all the steps and shit that it took you to get to the same place. Which, I mean, she could have did it a lot easier because she didn't have kids with her. But I just find it kind of strange that of all the people in the world, it would happen to be your doctor who would just happen to be at the sanctuary with you.
Hmm, I could see why that interpret I could see how that interpretation you could come that interpretation of the movie, but I don't know. It does seem interesting, but
Like, dude, and no, I'm not claiming that theory is correct by any stretch of the imagination. It's just something that I immediately the conclusion that I jumped to. But I mentioned this earlier. The one thing that I hate about this movie is it did all the cliche horror movie type things that a movie does. For example, the first guy in the group to get whacked is the black dude. And
well,
and I mean, come on, bro. Is nobody going to talk about this? Am I the only one that's going to address it? We know that this happens. Two things always happen in horror movies: the black guy gets whacked, and the idiotic broad running through the woods trips on a fucking tree branch and does a face plant right before the monster gets her. Happens in every damn movie, dude. I don't write this shit. I'm saying it happens. What do you want from me? I didn't make the stereotype. But they did both of those things, which I thought was kind of corny. I mean, but it's a movie, I guess. You have to stick to the formula in a certain way. I'm assuming that's what people do. I mean, I guess credit to them for trying to be original in some kind of a way. They didn't really use too many special effects outside of a little bit of blood here and there, a few explosions sprinkled in with a little bit of mania. But outside of that, the movie was fairly simple altogether.
Hmm.
I mean, if you have nothing better to do and you feel like popping a movie on Netflix, it's
still
worth.
can't figure it out why the fuck it's called Bird Box.
Oh, because the birds alert you whenever one of those things are around. Because before one of the creatures shows up, the birds will make noise, and that's their way of warning you that one of them is coming.
Or birds make noises.
Yeah, exactly. I think
So
I think I think somebody in the writers' room really liked birds and just wanted an excuse to have them in the damn movie. Or when they were finished writing the damn thing, they were like, "Fuck, man, we need a way to kind of tie in how they know when the monsters are gonna show up." Let's just do birds. There's a lot of birds around here where we're filming. I mean, that would be a great idea. And since we can't shut them all up or move them, why not?
maybe.
Dude, I'm not. If you enjoyed this movie, congratulations. I'm happy for you. A lot of it is easily picked apart, but again, there are times where there are creepy factors where you would just look at it and go, ooh, like if this was actually happening and I let a stranger into my house and then he's running around trying to pull the fucking blinds off of the walls or forcing me to look outside by holding my eyeballs open, that'd be really fucked up. Well, that's the other thing too, is that some people that get infected by the virus are, I guess the monster chooses them to recruit other people to look at what they're looking at or force them to look, while other people just kill themselves immediately. And it doesn't say how the two things are distinguished from one another.
Hmm.
If it's maybe people that are more prone to violence or the ones that are running around trying to make everybody look.
Yeah, I bet this movie was just a quick, it's just a quick cash grab or somebody got hired, something. There wasn't any love put into it. Like the story made no fucking right.
Yeah, I don't think there really was. I mean, honestly, Sandra Bullock did seem like she put her heart into it. But then again, I don't know how much she got paid, but I would imagine it had to be a decent amount. So maybe she's just good at her job. She's gonna do her thing, whether she gets $1,000 or 100 million. A movie is still a movie. She got to show up and show people that she still has the ability to do it.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Besides that, I mean, I watched it real quick. I figured, what the hell? I downloaded one other movie. I think it's called Violence or Vengeance, something like that. Some kind of an action hitman movie type of a deal. That's more my kind of shit right there, though, versus what I just watched. But I'm happy that I watched it, because now I don't have to worry about if I happen to come across it where people are talking about it on podcasts or something. I'll be able to know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. My dog is in my room, sleeping on the blanket.
Congratulations.
Oh, by the way, what about the cat?
She's here somewhere. She's probably sitting out there with Jen right now.
They allowed you to have her?
Yeah, and they didn't charge us extra for her, surprisingly, like I thought they were going to.
That is surprising.
You know what? Thank you for reminding me, dude.
What?
Hold on. Bandersnatch, is that how you say that? The new Black Mirror thing that just came out on Netflix.
Ah.
I did watch a trailer on it, and I had to be honest with you, the trailer did not look all that appetizing to me. But again, to be fair, when I watched Black Mirror, I did not watch a trailer. I didn't look at anything. There was all this hype around how great it was. And when I actually did get into watching it, I really enjoyed it. But I think that a lot of the times a trailer can destroy your perception of something before you even get a chance to see it.
I think you should watch BoJack Horseman again.
Is a choose your own adventure movie. Wait a minute, how the hell does that work? 5 different endings. Wait, so they show you all 5?
Well, no. You gotta pick. Like, it's weird. They've had a few things on there, but they show you a scene, and then they give you a list of scenes you want to happen. Like, scene A.
Wait a minute,
choice.
you can pick it?
Yeah, it's called Choose Your Own Adventure.
Shut the fuck up. That's awesome, dude.
No, you shut the fuck up.
You get choices in a movie. That's so cool. Oh, I'm definitely doing that. Bro, how awesome is that going to be? I get to... Oh, man, I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet. I don't know any of these. I haven't watched shit. So that's awesome that, this is going to be all new to me, man. I mean, I've seen video games where they do stuff like this.
Yeah, well, that's video games. But you're like a kid at a candy store.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. I had no idea that's how fucking Black Mirror was doing things these days.
Anyway.
Especially now, dude, that I have fucking Wi-Fi, I can actually do it.
Is your laptop still shit?
No, I got a better one now.
Oh, so you can start playing games.
I don't know about that. We'll find out. But it is probably limited. But, I mean, it does work a hell of a lot better than the one I was originally using works.
Yeah, the cameras.
What?
The camera's better, too.
Yeah, no, the resolution is 1,000% different. You can't even compare the two.
Yeah. No, how much RAM? How much RAM? What are the specs on the laptop you have?
I don't know, dude. I didn't look. I know it's got a big hard drive on it, which is always a plus, but I think the RAM might be standard. And the processor, I think, is probably about the same. I'm not sure. I mean, it does. I did get a setting switch in OBS, which has seemed to really helped out with the skipping frames.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it definitely works. Works pretty damn good now. You know, hopefully it still will. But yeah, I'll do that, dude. I'll do that. Maybe I should do it live. Watch the damn thing live.
You can't do that, dude. Netflix would sue you. Well, they won't sue your ass, but
Oh, so I can't pick which one I'm gonna pick, or I can tell you about it probably. I'll write down which option I'm doing, and then I'll tell you guys after it's over. Especially so I don't ruin it for everybody that hasn't seen it yet. You can have a chance to click off of it and then make your choice, and we can all compare notes. That would be cool.
yeah. Anyways, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I mean, go to sleep.
Yeah, all right, dude. I know I'm not too far behind you. I didn't realize it was that late already.
Yeah, it's 3 o'clock.
Look at me up late night.
Well, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Go to sleep?
Yeah. Well, this is one of the first nights I've actually had the chance to not really do anything for a second outside of unpacking and taking care of the old house. I still have other shit I gotta do, but I wanted to take a couple hours to just not do anything. But go ahead, go to sleep. I'm actually gonna follow suit and do the same thing. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this Black Mirror deal, but maybe like all right, good night. Maybe I'll write down whatever choice I make. I don't know, because this is an interesting way to do it. I have to find out because I can't live stream the damn movie for obvious reasons. At the very least, I will definitely talk about it for sure. I will do that. And I'll tag this video out and do all that nerdy shit in the morning. But for now, it is 3 o'clock. I better get my ass to sleep, man. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Grand Ultimate Atheist Villain, you're the shit. As always, thanks for stopping by, man. I've been keeping an eye on your channel, bro. Oh, shit, I'm dropping my pen. You know, I'm watching some of the shit that you're doing when I'm not making content for myself, which is, pretty much all the time. But I am stopping and looking at what you're doing, which is awesome that you're putting some shit together. But, yeah, I don't know. That's it for now, man. No problem, bro. Listen, I will talk to you guys at some point tomorrow. I'll probably do it. I don't know. I have to figure out what time would be good. Either way, I'll make sure that it'll be up for you guys. Maybe I'll cut it in sections. I have to figure it out. Either way, when I figure it out, you'll know about it because you'll have the ability to tune in and watch it. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Appreciate all of yous. Go to bed, you hoodlums. I'll see you later.